All right, welcome to the first little whiteboard Wednesday I'm doing now, and I wanted to explain a concept that has a lot to do with basically in the software how you do transfers and things like that, but we're going to discuss it on the whiteboard where understanding and knowledge will flow like wine. So, want to show you first what we got here is basically all of your money, right? And then you might have some money in your checking account, you might have some money in a savings account, and some other money in a savings account. And it's just compartmentalized that way, and everything's fine, except we don't think that's optimal for managing your money, so we're going to lay the budget on top of it, right? But before we do that, when you talk about making money or having inflows happen, the money will come in to your account, and you can put it in any one of those. We don't really care, but that's an inflow. And then at some point, money goes out, and that's an outflow. Okay? So in, out, everything's fine. Decisions are made based on the balances in the accounts, and that's not, like I said, it's not ideal. So what we'll do is we're going to overlay the budget on top. And for that, I will use some different colors. One sec. Now, the budget does not care where the money is sitting in your actual accounts. So you might have your groceries that takes up a chunk, and you always pay that from your checking account. You might have entertainment that comes out of your checking account, or the cable bill maybe, car payment. All those things come out of there. But you could also have some savings where you have some savings that kind of cross. Maybe I should use a different color. Some savings that cross into different categories. You really don't care. So maybe in this savings category, you save some in your checking account for a tax payment that's due. It just stays in your checking account. But you might have a separate account that's for Christmas that you decide for whatever reason, maybe to earn interest or whatever, you decide that the Christmas will be in your savings account, so it comes over here. And then you've also got some other accounts here, like maybe your emergency fund is this entire account, and so your budget has this one category called emergency fund, and that's fine. And then in your savings account also, you could have college. If your kid's going to college next year, you have it in kind of a liquid place. You could have savings for a new car. But the idea is that your budget is laid on top of all your accounts, and you don't have to worry about where exactly they are. The budget just cares about these category balances and what those represent. The important thing is, in using the software, a lot of people will get confused when they're doing transfers because they won't know when to categorize something, when to have it affect the budget, and when to not. So the question of do I categorize or do I not is all about your budget being this container of all your accounts. And when something crosses that threshold, this threshold here that we've got in green, if it crosses in, then you're saying that needs a category because it's entering into my overall budget, right? So you categorize it, it goes in, it's budgeted. And then as it goes out, you categorize it again. So the threshold for going in or out of your budget is always to categorize that transaction, okay? Now, if I move money from my checking account to a savings account from inside here, we never cross that threshold. We never have money come in and go out of the budget. It never crosses. It's just moving back and forth inside. And that's the key. That's where you say, okay, that was just a transfer from within my budget, so no category is necessary at all. Okay? That is it's a key principle is with those transfers. If it's within the budget, no category. If it's outside of the budget, it does get a category. One more concept, really quick. If you have an account, like one example for us is our retirement. I don't track our retirement balance in the budget. I think it's a waste of time. So we have our retirement, and that is off budget. It doesn't sit inside this budget box here. Okay? So when money comes into our checking account and we decide, okay, we want to, let me get blue here. We decide that we want to transfer money to our retirement account. We're not spending the money, that's obvious. We're saving it for retirement to live out our golden years. So we've got this retirement category. I would budget that money to the retirement category, and then I would record an outflow. The reason I would record an outflow is because it came into the budget as income or whatever, and then it goes out of the budget and lands into that retirement account. It crosses that budget threshold, and that's why, even though I'm not spending the money, it's still my money, it's going out of the budget, so it's categorized, that's for retirement. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense. The concept of money coming in, being categorized, meaning it enters into that budget area. Budget doesn't care where your accounts, where money is account-wise, only what your category balances are. And then if money ever leaves the budget, it's categorized again. Okay? You can have on or off budget accounts. So I could have set up my emergency fund here. We could take it off budget, and we could set it up down here, my emergency fund. Then it would be just like my retirement fund. If I want to put money in my emergency fund, I budget into that category, and then when I make that transfer, even though it's just a transfer, when I move that money out of the budget into the emergency fund, this right here tells me, because I'm leaving the budget, that tells me that I need to categorize that transaction. Didn't spend the money, but still needs to be categorized because it's leaving the budget. Long-winded as usual. But that's kind of the principle of the on and off budget. Hope you guys got something out of that.